people joining us. Oh, we have Vinicius here. Cool. Hi, Shivu. How are you? Oh, we have Vidita with us. How are you, Vidita? Hello? Vinicius.
Hello.
Yes, Vinicius. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm good. Thank you
We have someone.
for inviting me.
Most welcome, Vinicius. So, how are things moving with you in Brazil?
Sorry?
So, how are things moving with you? How are things?
Here we are working with my business and
Okay.
and
So, have things
it's getting normal here.
Okay.
But it's very slow.
That's fine.
But it's okay. But
okay,
that's fine.
That's cool. So, Edita, how are you?
I cannot talk right now. I can just listen to you.
Why so?
Just I'm with my little guy, and I am getting him for a sleep. So that's why I'm on the earphones now.
So what's the time now with you?
It's 3 p.m.
It's 3 p.m. Okay. You are in Finland, right? If I am not wrong.
In Lithuania.
In Lithuania. Yes. I got it. Wonderful. So what we are going to talk today is something very simple. We'll be talking of manifesting. And manifesting is something where people miss out on many things, many aspects which are missed out when we talk of manifesting. And the prime reason, the prime culprit why we miss out on things in terms of manifesting is the mind-brain mechanism that we have. So I'll be covering some aspects. It's a huge topic. I cannot just complete the entire process of manifesting in 1 hour, 1.5 hours. But yes, I would try to make it simple, and I'll try to give you well-defined steps which you can use in your daily life. And just by using these 5 steps, you would actually be able to move forward, and you'll be actually able to enhance your ability to manifest. That's my objective of this session today. So what I intend to do is I intend to give you tools, steps, so that you can actually start manifesting better. You can start moving towards your dreams, achieving your dreams, your desires. That's the key objective. Yes, we have Nishi here. How are you, Nishi?
I'm fine, sir.
It's a long time we have talked.
Yes, sir.
So are you practicing, or you left the practice?
No, sir. I'm continuously practicing.
Awesome. So and then tell me of a couple of results that you got.
Pardon, sir?
Then share a couple of results that you got.
Sir, actually first was that I became more peaceful, more concentrated on my goals. Because if we are having grudges against anyone, first we are not in a resourceful state. We are not in peaceful state, and in that situation, it won't be possible to manifest anything. So first is to come in resourceful state, and that is possible only by forgiving others. Actually, previously we used to think that forgiving others is we are doing a favor to others. No.
Awesome.
But we are by forgiving others, we are doing this to ourselves.
Awesome.
वीक वाले चल रहे हैं आपके थर्सडे वेडनेसडे वाले बंद कर रहे हैं आप?
Yeah, Abhishek. Hello, Abhishek. Please mute yourself. Don't make me mute all, please. Okay.
इसी के लिए पूछ रहा था मैं.
That's nice, Nishi. It was a wonderful feedback that you gave, the experience that you shared here. I really appreciate it. And very few students whom I come across practice. And that's so nice of you.
Thank you, sir.
So I actually began, asking you, the first thing that I asked you was, do you practice? And that because practice, it's all about practice. It's not about me telling you some things to do. And it's not about me knowing certain things that have to be done. It's about my practice. It's about your practice. What is it that you put in practice? So normally people talk of, knowledge is power, but see, knowledge is not power. It's practice, and perfect practice, correct practice, that makes all the difference. So my objective is to give you some practices here so that you can actually start manifesting better. There are still people in the pipeline just trying to get in the room. But okay, that's fine. But let's begin with the session today. And the session is something very simple. It is about manifesting. So how many of you would like to manifest better things in your life? Please write in the chat box if you would like to. Type me. If you like to manifest better, type me in the chat box. Let it be a bit interactive. Interaction is simple. I'll ask yes, no questions, and I would love to have your answers. Because this is not a live session, it's Zoom. Yes, it's live on Zoom, but I cannot see your expressions. I cannot see your feedback, your body language. So I don't get any feedback from the other side. The best thing is if we have a small interaction going in the chat box. I'll be asking simple yes, no questions. And if you answer those questions, that would be awesome. So the first question that I'm asking is, yes, we have so many meets happening. Okay, we have Mihir in the chat. He says he's from Ahmedabad, cannot talk now. That's okay. Cool. So the next question that I would like to ask you is, how many of you have a goal? Type me if you have one. Type me if I have a goal. How many of you have a goal? Type me if you have a goal. Oh, good. Vincent writes goal. That's nice. Awesome. Let's try to make it interactive. The more you participate, the better, the more content you will take away from me. Fine. The challenge we face in terms of manifesting the goal, that is the prime area of concern, and that is what I'll be talking today. And we would be working on manifesting the goal. That's the objective, and how to work better, how to do things so that we are actually able to get into manifesting goals. Now that's the aspect I would love to cover today. So my question is, are you able to see the screen? Please type yes in the chat box if you are. Wonderful. Awesome. Okay. Wow, that's good. Good. So I'll be running through a few slides as well so that it becomes easier to understand. And it's time, like I always have a system of 15 minutes. The time was 5:35. So now anyone coming in will not be entered in the room. So it's just all of us now. That's all, the 18 of us. Fine. So the organization I run is called Center for Excellence in Performance. And what we are going to do today is we are going to understand and actually do. So when I talk of actually doing, I would love everyone, I'm giving you 30 seconds. Everyone should have a pen and a writing pad, because there are going to be exercises that we'll be doing now. I'll make you write things. I'll be asking you questions and you're supposed to write. It's going to be a workshop format. It's not going to be me talking to you. It's not going to be me talking to you. It's going to be absolute workshop format. So everyone is supposed to be there with a pen and a paper, a writing pad, a diary, whatever. This is going to be an absolute workshop format. It's not me downloading information. It's we working together. That's what this is all about. Cool. So let's understand the basic model of what I work with. The basic model is something very simple. This is the model I work with, and this is how the brain creates reality. This is how it works. So let me just share my understanding. So there is an external reality. External reality is something happening outside us. And how we work with this external reality is simple. We have our senses, the visual, the auditory, feeling, smell, and taste. So what we do is we use the senses and we actually feed the information in the brain. That's what the senses are meant to do. Once we feed the information in the brain, the next step is something simple. The brain processes the information. And what does the brain processes the information? What is the principles? What is the basis on which the brain processes information? They are the 5 of them: beliefs, values, questions, past references, state of body and mind. These are the 5 preliminary things. Brain is going to process the information based on this 5. So that's how
Mithilesh,
the brain actually works.
sorry to interrupt. Your screen is showing Facebook
Yes,
chat
yes,
system,
I
not
know,
the.
it just changed. I'll just change it. Just give me some time,
Thanks.
because it's going live on the Facebook, and again my presentation is coming from the, from the net. Just give me some time. Okay. Just a minute, friends. Yes, there we are. Just a minute. Okay, I need to reopen things. And yes, that's it. That's it. So we are back. We are back with the slides. Wonderful. So now the brain does is brain processes the information. And let me tell you one thing, the PPT I'm working with, I'll be sharing this PPT to all of the participants who would be sending me a WhatsApp that you are present in this workshop. So I'll be sharing my number later, but all the participants who send me a WhatsApp saying that you are there in this workshop, I'll be sharing my PPT with all. So what does the brain do? Brain processes the information based on beliefs, values, questions, past references, and state of body and mind. So that was the brain does. And after the processing, the entire processed information is shared in 3 folders. One is deletion, distortion, and generalization. I'll explain them. See what happens with deletion. I'll give examples to explain all the 3 of this. Deletion is something very simple. It's like I have a very important appointment in the evening, and I'm on my way to the appointment, and I bump into an old college friend of mine on the way, and I just start talking to my friend. What happens is I get engrossed in this conversation with the friend. The information that I have this meeting, it just gets deleted from my brain, and I miss out or I get late. Does this happen with all? Type yes in the chat box. This is a very common experience, and there are more complex of such experiences. The data just gets deleted from the brain. So that is the first folder which gets created after processing. It's called deletion. The data gets deleted. The next is distortion. Distortion, this is where the whole world is living in distortion today. In the COVID-19 situation, everyone is unclear. Everyone has a fear of future. Everyone does not know what is going to happen in future. It's all distorted. The distortion is not because the type of person you are, but it is type of the situation that we are going through right now. So that's distortion. When I work with entrepreneurs, the first thing I have to work with them is help them overcome the distortion so that they can have clarity. All the books All the books, all the trainers, all the coaches, all the workshop leaders, they talk of clarity. The first step towards achieving the goal is clarity. And why we don't have clarity is because of distortion. This is how the brain works. The data gets distorted because of what? Because of beliefs, values, questions, past references, state of mind and body. The 5 principles based on which the brain processes the information. That's distortion. And the third aspect, the third is generalization. We generalize things. It's like it's a very simple example is like it's like a chair. You know, if my brain wouldn't have generalized that the chair is meant to sit and rest on, every time I see the chair, I start scratching my head. Now, what am I supposed to do with this? That's generalization. Brain generalizes things. You know, so I am trying to make it extremely simple so that we understand the concepts. So this is what the 3 things brain does. It deletes information, it distorts information, it makes things confusing. And third, it generalizes information. And based on these 3, deletion, distortion, generalization, we get into 2 feelings. It can be either painful feeling or a pleasurable feeling. We rarely, very rarely have neutral feelings. It's either good or bad. It's either pleasure or pain. You know, so neutral, I mean, we hardly live neutral. We have either good feelings, bad feelings. We either have pleasure or pain. Based on these 2 feelings of either pain or pleasure comes the next step, and that is the choice of words that we use, the choice of language, the choice of body language, verbal and non-verbal, is all decided based on the processing that the brain does and the division of information in these 3 folders: deletion, distortion, generalization. And this creates our map of reality. We began with the external reality, something happening outside us, experience. And our map of reality is what we understood or how we perceived the reality. They are always 2 different things. The external reality and what we have perceived of the external reality, they are 2 different things. So this makes our maps, this creates our map of reality. And our map of reality, it is responsible for our decisions, emotions, behavior, action. Eventually, that makes destiny. Action is what creates destiny or results in life. So it is our map of reality based on what? Based on our choice of verbal and non-verbal. Based on what? Based on the feelings, pain or pleasure. What is that based? It is based on deletion, distortion, generalization. What is based? I mean, what is this 3 things based on? They are based on the processing that the brain does. On what? On 5 aspects: beliefs, values, questions, past reference, state of mind and body. That is how the brain works. And this is the prime culprit, the prime reason why we are not able to manifest things. So let us understand some basic aspects. So to improve the manifestation, we need to improve on 5 things. We need to improve the beliefs. We need to improve the values and rules that we set for ourselves. We need to improve the questions that we ask ourselves and others. We need to change the past references. We need to overcome the past. And finally, we need to work on the state of mind and body. When you work on all these 5 aspects, that is where you can actually enhance on your ability to manifest. All with me till here? Please type yes in the chat box so that I know we are on the same page, and then I can take it ahead from here. Yes, please type yes in the chat box. I'm waiting. Okay, we have Mir, we have Puri. Wonderful. Awesome. Yes, I need some more yeses. And if there is someone who disagrees, please unmute yourself and ask me the question. It's better we clarify things here rather than going for a clarification on a later stage. Awesome. So I assume we are all on the same page. So let's just try. Let's just yes.
Shibu this side. So you mentioned to change the past reference or to improve. How do we do that? I mean, how do we change something that has been already done?
That's a very lengthy process. But see, it's about the past. We all have experiences, and they are all the past. Every decision we take is based on the past experiences that we have. So till the time we are not able to overcome the past, see, every big achiever in the world, they all had a past, but they did not let their past disturb or defeat them. So that is what I mean by past references changing them, in terms of not letting the past disturb or defeat you. I'll come to that once we get into the workshop part of it, where we'll start working and writing things. So that is where it will bring about a lot more clarity. And there are many things to do. Like I do a 12-week workshop on manifesting. This is just a small aspect where I'll be talking of 5 steps of manifesting. Okay, so let's move ahead. So this is a very simple concept. This comes from a book. You can go through the book. It was written by Stephen Covey on habits. What he talks of the circle of influence and the circle of control. The circle of influence is bigger. The circle of control is smaller circle. Circle of influence is the situations that we can influence. Maybe there are people whom we can influence. That's the bigger circle. And the goal is always outside the bigger circle. And what we need to learn is how to expand this circle of influence so that the goal actually falls in this circle. And to expand the circle of influence, what we need to do is we have only one way to do that. And that one way is extremely simple. And that is to expand the circle of control. When you work on the circle of control and you expand the circle of control, the circle of influence automatically gets bigger. It automatically expands. When the circle of influence expands, the goal eventually starts falling. It falls in that range of your influence. That is the only time when you can actually achieve the goal. Till then, it is just not possible. All with me till here? Please type yes in the chat box. This is a very crucial concept to understand. Please type in the yes box, in the chat box. Please type yes, so that I know we are on the same page and I move ahead. Yes, we have a few yeses coming in. I would love if I have more yeses coming. Awesome. Wonderful. Cool. Thank you, Deepa. Thank you. Yes, Purvik, thank you so much. Thank you. So let's move ahead. So what do I mean by circle of control? What is it that we need to control? What is it that we can actually control? There are only 2 things that we can control. The circle of control is made of 2 things, your thoughts and your emotions. That's all. That is the only thing. I cannot control my wife. I cannot control my kids. I cannot control my employees. I cannot control situations. I can control nothing. The only thing I can control is my thoughts and my emotions. That's what I can do. The same applies to you. You can control nothing or no one. The only thing you can control is your thoughts and your emotions. So that's the circle of control. So when you start working on this circle of control and expanding the circle of control, that is where the circle of influence starts expanding. And to work on the circle of control or expand the circle of control, you need the same 5 things which I shared earlier. The 5 things based on which the brain processes information: beliefs, values, questions, past references, past experiences, and state of mind and body. So it is this 5. When you work on this 5 and improve on this 5, that is the only place where you can actually improve on your ability to manifest things or achieve your results. All with me till here? Please type yes, and then let's move ahead. Wonderful. We have yeses now. So now we just get into the workshop part of it. Everyone, please have your pen and the pad or the diary ready. Please type yes if you are ready with your diary and pen. And once you know you are ready with your diary and pen, then I'll move ahead. Because this is where you will have to start writing things. It's a pure workshop format. Do I move ahead or you need some more time? Maybe 30 seconds to get the diary and a pen. Should I move ahead? Guys, well, I need a feedback. Should I move ahead?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So the first step is make a list of all the complaints that you have. So let me explain what I mean by complaints. These are all the things that you don't want in your life. Examples: I don't like the pain in my knees. Okay, this is a complaint. The knee pain is my complaint, but I write it specifically. I don't like or I don't want. Either or. Like is always better. I don't like the pain in my knees. I don't like the cholesterol. I don't like the car I drive. I don't like the furniture in my house. I don't like the lack of love in life. I don't like the lack of money in life. Everything that you don't want in your life, that you don't like in your life, it can be a small thing like the handkerchief you use. It can be the small thing like the shoes that you wear. It can be a big thing, yeah, like your relationship issues. It can be a big thing like your money problem. From the small to the big, every single thing that you feel is a complaint, you write it down. You can begin with 4, 5, maybe 7 of them right now, and you can expand the list later on. But doing it now is crucial. If you do it now, you will be able to continue it. If you don't do it now with me, it will not be possible for you to begin it as well. So I'll give you 30 seconds to make a list. Write down complaints in a specific way. It can be either I don't want or I don't like. Make a list of every single thing, the smallest thing, the biggest thing, everything that you don't want, that you don't like in your life. Make a list of it. That's the first step. Should I move ahead? Have everyone written maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 things in the list? Yes, should I move ahead, guys? Type yes in the chat box or unmute yourself, say yes.
Sir.
Done. So I'm moving ahead. Cool. So the next step is write what you want. Let me explain this. And after that, you start writing. Look at the list and turn around the words. It should be a total turnaround. The first we wrote is I don't like the pain in my knees. Then how you write it is I intend to have healthy, fit, and pain-free knees. That's how you write it. It's a very well-defined, specific phrase. It has to be in the same format. So everything that you don't like, if I don't like the lack of money in life, I intend to have a financially free life. If you have mentioned, I don't like the lack of love in life, you write, I intend to have life full of love. You write it in form of your intention. Turn all the statements around 360 degrees. I intend to have. I intend to have. Just do for this 5 or 4 things right now, then you can expand it later. Tell me when you are done so that I move ahead to the next step.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Wait, Teja, how are you?
Yeah, fine, sir. How are you?
I think we are connected on LinkedIn, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Awesome. Nice to have you.
Me too. Sir.
Yes. The next step is change how you feel. So Shibu, you had asked one question. Shibu, are you there?
Yeah.
You had asked about how do we change the past references,
That's right.
right? So this is the process how we do it. The first step is I don't like. These are all the complaints which come in your life, which are there today in your life because of the past. So we wrote the past in form of I don't like. And what we do is we introduce a possibility in the brain and we turn around that statement in terms of I intend to have. So this is how we are actually working on the past. Got the point, Shivu?
Yeah, pretty clear.
Wonderful. So now change how you feel. So this is a simple thing to do. So when you have written some specific things, I intend to have, don't read what is there, just listen to me. Listen to me, let it be clear, the first step, and then you start reading or working on it. So let's have one participant coming up. I'll work with you. Anyone, unmute yourself and just join me. I'll work with you. Everyone just be here and see how we are doing it so that you can start working the same way. Who is coming up? Come on,
I can
guys.
come.
It's an opportunity.
I can come, Shibu.
Shibu, unmute yourself and start your video.
Video. Okay, hold on.
Yeah. Good. Okay. Shibu, I mean, that's absolute darkness all around you.
Hold on. Let me just switch on the light. Hold on.
Give me an opportunity to see you as well.
Is it better now?
Yes, much better. Wonderful. Okay. So Shibu, so you made a list. First list is I don't like. I mean, the other thing you don't like. So how many points you have written? Just
I have 3 points, and I
That's fine.
don't like.
That's okay. Three. Like we have limited time, so 3. But you have to expand this list. Everyone, you need to expand this list. There are many I don't likes in life. You have to mention every single, put them on paper, and then start turning them around. That's how it works. Because one single thing which remains in the back of your mind is going to actually ensure that your manifestation is going to be slower. So you have to work on those aspects because we need cover all those 5 beliefs, values. We need to cover all those 5. So every single complaint you need to put it on paper. So the next step, Shibu, did you write it in form of an intention, all those 3?
Yeah.
Cool. So share one intention.
I intend to have financial free life.
I intend to have a
financially free life.
Cool. You intend to have a financially free life. So there are 2 ways of doing it. One is write and make an action step of how you can do that. But that is not what we are going to do.
Okay.
Okay. But I just want you to think of one action which is the most important for you to take so that you can move towards that financial independence. You have that one action?
Yeah.
Cool. We are not talking in terms of making money. We are talking in terms of financial independence. 2 different things.
Sure. I got it. Yeah.
So the action is not the usual one that you are taking on a daily basis. The action is one which can take you to financial independence. So are you ready with that action in your mind?
Yeah.
This is one. Okay.
Yeah.
So everyone, you are supposed to do this. So you are, when I'm working with Shibu, like the same question is as if I am asking you the same question and you have to work accordingly. That is the importance of this session that I am doing with Shibu. So your intention, you think of one action that can actually take you to that intention. Shibu, your video, yes.
Yeah.
Think of that action. It is not your day-to-day action. It is that action which can actually lead you, take you towards your intention, which is always the bigger one.
Sure.
Fine. So now, Shibu, when you think of that intention, what is the thought which comes in your mind, or what are the feelings?
I feel that it's impossible for a beginner, and maybe I really don't have a concrete path to reach there.
Wonderful. See, that's logic. The last thing you mentioned is logic.
Okay.
So we don't work with logic.
Okay.
There are 2 words. One word is magic. One word is logic.
Okay.
Logic does not lead to manifestation. Magic leads to manifestation. Okay. Understand one thing. You see all the absolutely logical people all around you. They are very poor at manifesting. Yes, there are some logical people who are able to do it by default. I consider that as luck. But people who are totally into logic, there is very limited manifestation that they experience. Their potential is never utilized because they are totally engrossed in logic.
Okay.
Manifestation is all about magic. It's not logic. It's about changing. You cannot logically change your beliefs. That's magic. You cannot logically change your past references. That's magic. You need to believe in magic. That is when it happens. It is not logic, my friend.
Okay.
All with me. Please type yes in the chat box so that we move ahead. We are on the same page. Logic is important. Is important aspect. We need to work on the logic as well. but magic is equally important, which we always miss out. That is where the real manifesting is actually happening. Cool. So let's move ahead. So the next step, Shibu, is, do you have that image in your mind which represents financial independence?
Yeah.
Awesome. So everyone, like, I'm asking Shibu for the image. In other words, asking all of you whether you have an image for your intention. That's crucial. We need that image. If you don't have 5 seconds of time, and you will have that image, just I'll spend 5 seconds, give you that break. Just think of that image, get in your mind, and we will start working. Cool. So I asked this question, Shibu, what are the thoughts that cross your mind? Right? So I want you to write those thoughts that you just talked of. Everyone, you have those thoughts. Write those thoughts. Shibu said it's impossible. Right? And then Shibu said something else. Then she talked of logic. I don't want logic. I want the thoughts that cross your mind. They just happen to cross your mind. You don't think about them logically.
Okay.
Cool. So when you think of those thoughts, Shibu, what are the feelings that come into that come up?
Feelings would be struggle.
Struggle, right? So write struggle. Write struggle.
Okay.
Okay. So what we did is we did the first step of this page, the second step of this page, the third step, how do you feel about it, and the fourth step, what are the thoughts that cross your mind? We did the 4 steps. So don't look at the PPT, just be with me. Just be with me. Right? So now the question is when you have written the thoughts that cross your minds, I want you to look at that thought and ask yourself, is this 100% true? What do you say, Shivu?
Yeah, that's a very good question, actually. Not 100%. I feel, but that's the first thing that came up to mind if I say struggle. But being a hardworking, I can definitely get past to that. But then struggle is what came up.
That's fine. So can I say that the statement is, let's say, 50% true, 50% false?
Yeah, you can say that. Yeah,
you can say that. Okay. So what do you do, Shivu? What do you do, Shivu? Hello.
What do you do? I didn't get the context.
What is your profession, Shivu? What do you do?
I'm a software developer.
Okay, you're a software developer. So have you seen software developers who are financially free?
Very rare. No, not to be very precise as a software developer per se. But yeah, very, very rare, I guess.
Okay. See, let me tell you, Shivu. When you're saying very rare, have you seen software developers who, if they stop working, they have all the money to live for the rest of their life?
No, none.
No, I have seen many.
Okay.
I have seen many. Okay. You've also seen, but you have not seen them from this perspective.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
See, I have seen many software companies who, the owners, they drive Mercs, they drive BMW, they drive Audis, they drive Volvos, and they are owners of software companies. They stay in a house of 3, 4, 5 crores, and they have interiors of 50, 75 lakhs. And they have all the money. The only thing they need to do is invest their money right, and they will not need to work for their money. It is only they have not thought it from that perspective. Correct me if I'm wrong. Right?
Yeah. Right.
So there are many software companies all around you. If the owners decide to be financially free, they would be free today. It's just looking at things from that perspective. So when you look at things from that perspective, tell me how, whether the statement that you said, the thought that you crossed your mind, impossible, tell me how true it is now or how false it is now.
So Mithilesh, so okay, fine. So I guess I'm thinking from my perspective that, it's impossible to, or there's a lot of struggle achieving what my vision is.
See, that's fine. That's fine. We are not talking of logic.
Okay.
See, you again going back to logic. So the perspective that I gave you, in terms of there are so many software companies all around you. if they decide that they are not going to work and just invest their money, they can live the rest of their life, isn't it?
Right.
That's what financial freedom is.
Right.
The definition of financial freedom is if I don't need to work for the money, I am
Money should
financially
work for
free.
me. Right. Right.
I am financially free. So
Right.
there are so many software companies. If they stop working for money, just by investing the money, they can live the rest of their lives, isn't it?
Right.
So when you look at the software business from this perspective, tell me how true this is now, or how false this is now.
So yeah, my statement would be then on a false side rather
On a
than on a true
false
side.
side, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it. So I want you all to do the same thing. I am assuming that everyone is going through the same exercise while me, working with Shivu. It's very crucial. You all look at your statement and your thoughts that cross your mind and ask yourself, how true is this? And you will eventually realize that the statement is false. It's not true. And this takes you to the next level. Now write exactly opposite. When you've written as impossible or whatever the thoughts that cross your mind, the next step is write exactly opposite of that thought. Just write it exactly opposite of the thought. Yes, Shibu, I've unmuted you. You need to mute yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. So I assume everyone has written the exact opposite thought. Now my next question to you, Shibu, after you've written the exactly opposite thought, I want you to think of your intention and tell me what changed.
A sense of force. I would say that I can see people around who are achieved that. Then why not me? Maybe.
Oh, wonderful. So the thoughts has changed from impossible to possible. In other words.
Yeah, you can say that. Yeah.
So what we are doing is we are working on the circle of control, the thoughts and emotions. That's what we are actually doing now. And when we are changing the thoughts and emotions, indirectly we are changing on all those 5 things based on which the brain processes information we talked earlier. Okay. So now again, what we want to do is something very simple. What I want you to do is contemplate. Contemplate is think of your vision, financial free. You have that image, right? Just close your eyes, everyone. Get that image of your intention. Once you have that image of your intention, something simple to be done is
The last part.
Just get that image in your mind. The image of your intention. We began from that, right? Just have that image. And what I want you to do is double the size of this image. And further double the size of this image. And further double the size of this image. It's a king size image. Probably the whole sky, the whole universe filled with this one image. Make it huge, king size.
So Mithilesh, the question is, I don't know, I'm right or wrong on this.
Shibu, let us finish the process.
Sure. Sorry.
Close your eyes. Yeah. Go back to the intention. Double the size of this image. Further double the size of the image. Make it king size, as big as the sky, as big as the universe. Huge, humongous. And now open your eyes. Cool. Now think of the image and tell me what changed.
I feel happy, I guess. That's the thing which
you feel
I
happy.
can think of.
So what happens is you have reached a state of mind which you will reach when you have achieved this.
Okay.
You get the point? So that's crucial. Very important aspect of manifesting. You need to be in a state of mind which you will be when you have achieved it. That changes your beliefs and your past references. It changes the two most crucial and most important aspects which are responsible for manifesting. All with me, please type yes in the chat box if we are on the same page. Cool. Some more yeses, please. Okay. So nice. Nice. And the last step is massive action. And what do I mean by massive action? Massive action is something very simple. When you start working on your end, don't read this. I'm going to share this PPT with everyone. Like I already mentioned, I'll be sharing my mobile number. Everyone who sends me a WhatsApp stating that you are here in this workshop, I'll be sharing the PPT with all. So massive action is something very simple. When you start working on your intention, what happens is magic. When you start changing how you think and feel, what happens is magic. You start getting opportunities. Rather, I would change the word. You will start seeing opportunities. The opportunities have probably been all around you. But what stops you from seeing the opportunity is the processing that the brain does. And when you change the processing that the brain does, when you get into that zone of magic, when your thoughts and feelings are different, when you start working on your intentions, that is where you will be able to start seeing. You will start seeing the opportunities. And you need to identify and grab the opportunities, take massive action. If you don't do that, nothing will work. Action is the last, and that is where logic comes in. I said logic is also important, but logic comes in only when you have grabbed the opportunity and you are in terms of planning your action steps. That's only logic. The rest is all magic. It begins with magic. That is the missing part. No one talks of it. No one is working on the magic part. Everyone is working on the logic part. That is why people are not actually able to manifest the way that they can actually do. That is why people are not able to reach their fullest potential. That is why businesses are stuck and not growing to their potential, because everything is work. I mean, everyone is working from that perspective of logic, and it begins with magic. The first step is you need to work on this magical aspect of changing your thoughts, changing your emotions. That is where everything starts changing within you, and that is where wonders happen. You are actually able to take action. That's crucial. So that's the 5 steps I wanted to share with you. And the next step is something very simple. That's my name, Mithilesh Chudgar, my mobile number. Everyone who WhatsApp me that you are present here, I'll be sharing the PPT. And I have one request to all my participants. I intend to reach out to more people. Just help me reach out to more people so that I can help them give some wonderful, small, simple things to do, which are actually life transforming. And let's open the forum for Q&A. Yes, Shibu, you had a question, right? Let's open for questions.
Right. So when you said that, think about the image and make it double. So you see from your eyes, or you see yourself into that image? I mean,
no, you see from your eyes.
Okay. You don't see yourself in that image, right?
You see as the first person. When you see yourself in the image, you are seeing as a second person.
Second person. Okay.
So it's a first person view.
Okay.
You see as if it has happened.
Okay.
You don't see as if it is happening. It's not like you are watching a movie and you are the hero of that movie. No.
Right. Okay.
You are experiencing it.
Got it.
First person. Yes, more questions.
So Mithilesh, now you have mentioned 5 steps, and then I guess this may be the case with everyone. Just I'm assuming we are full charged up. So day 2 or 3 we'll be practicing this, and then after 2 or 3 days, we just fade off again.
That's true. That's true.
Right. So how do we charge up ourselves, and how do we keep motivated?
So now my question is, when you say people fade off, so Shivu, do you fade off after 2-3 days? Now let's work.
Yeah,
So that
pretty
everyone
much.
understand how it happens.
So, I mean, that's my story. That's what I'm saying.
It's
So
personal, right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
what you do is something very simple. After 2-3 days, when you get that feeling that like I'm fading off, right? So the first step is why reach that stage when you fade off. Now, when you know how you can charge yourself in terms of changing your emotions, just work on changing your emotions and getting into the empowering states. You will never fade off. Make sense?
Okay.
Does it make sense, Shivu?
Okay.
Why do people fade off? People fade off because they are not able to maintain the empowering emotional states. So when you know how to get into the empowering emotional state, just continue practicing getting into those empowering states and you will not fade off. It's simple as that.
Okay.
Right? So I just shared
Sure.
the 5-step process of how to get into those empowering states. You just keep on doing it. It's an endless process because every day there is some new negative which is bound to happen
Right.
in life, in business, in everything.
Mm-hmm.
These are 5 steps to overcome all the negatives, all the not wants, all the complaints, everything. It's about overcoming all those not likes and getting into a feeling of like empowerment where you feel that yes, I have done it, I have achieved it. That's where everything is going to change for you. It's a very simple 5-step process to reach there. So just practice these 5 steps. It's a daily practice. Maybe twice or thrice or maybe 5 times a day. Just
Okay.
identify time regularly.
Okay.
And get into this regular practice and wonders actually happen because you are working on magic. You're not working on logic. Magic is manifestation. Logic is always struggle.
And also, we only took an example of one aspect, right? One intention. So everybody would have multiple intentions, right?
Yes,
So how do you
multiple.
work with?
Yes, you have to work on all the intentions. You have to expand the I don't like wala list. When you expand the I don't like list, you have to turn all those I don't likes into I intend to.
Right, I got that. So it's like, say for example, now currently my state is for money, say for example. So
Right.
I'm trying to visualize in that way.
Right.
But there are other aspects.
Right.
So should I get done with this money part and then I work on other part, or how do I
No, you start
simultaneously work
working
on?
simultaneously. You start working simultaneously. You make an expanded list and select 5 or 7 of those and start working on those.
Okay.
I mean, you have made a list of 30. Don't start working on all the 30s at a time. Just identify 5 or 7 and start working on those, and eventually start expanding.
Got it. And do we need to speak this out with others in the family, and or someone asks what are you doing? Sometimes they ask, right? I mean, what is that you're doing? So do we should speak it out, like this is what it is, or it would be a negative impact on that?
Why not? No, you can speak it out. That's okay. That's fun. Edita, I understand your question. Edita writes in the chat box, but you need to do action to achieve intentions, not just visualization practice. Yes, Edita, you are perfectly right. But see, the 5th slide, the 5th step of the 5-step process was action. You probably missed that. You are probably busy with your son. The 5th step of the 5-step process was about action. Getting into the right state of mind is the first 4 steps. And then the 5th step is action. Because if you are not in that right empowering state of mind, you won't be able to take the right, correct, required action. Does it make sense, Edita? Please, let me see your response in the chat box. Oh, thank you. Wonderful.
Sir, may I share something?
Please go ahead, Nishi.
Yes, sir. And I want to say that if one is following one's passion, then it will not fade. अगर कोई अपना पैशन फॉलो कर रहा है तो उसका जो एंथुसियाज्म है वो 3-4 दिन के बाद फेड नहीं होगा, वो बल्कि
100%.
और स्ट्रॉन्ग
100%.
होगा. And what I have noticed in my life, कि I am working on myself for 3-4 years. Now every other intention is supporting my main passion.
Yes. Very true. It happens with every single person who has a consistent practice.
यस मेरी काफी प्रायोरिटीज जो है अलग हो गई, प्रायोरिटीज सामने आ गई, बहुत सारी चीजें मैंने किनारे कर दिया. नाउ दिस इज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड, नाउ दिस इज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड. नाउ आई एम फुली फोकस्ड ऑन माय गोल.
Right.
Yes.
Very true. That's wonderful. See, it's regular disciplined practice that makes all the difference.
Because the more I work, the more I come to know, अरे मेरे अंदर ये भी पड़ा हुआ है, अब इसको भी निकालना है.
Very true. Yes, very true. The more you start working with yourself, the more you expand the list and start working on the list, you will start realizing there are still many more things which will come up for you to clear all those aspects. That's crucial. That is where magic actually happens much faster once you are done a lot of clearing. That's magic. And yes, Teja writes is visualization helps. Teja, visualization helps in getting into an empowering state of mind. The rest is all action. If you are not in an empowering, let me finish, Nishi. Teja, are you there with me?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Yes, Teja, see, you write does visualization 110% helps. It helps to get into the right state of mind. It helps to get into an empowering state of mind. But once you are in empowering state of mind, the next step is action. And to take the right required action, you need to be in an empowering state of mind. That is why visualization supports action. So that's what I intend to say. The first 4 steps of the 5-step process is getting into an empowering state of mind. And the 5th step of the 5-step process is massive action.
Yes. Okay, sir.
Yes. More questions, please.
Is visualization helps, sir?
Yes, it 100% helps to get into a right state of mind.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, more questions, please. Vinicius, you have something? Yes, Mukund, Sumit, Anil, Sanjay. Let's have a few questions. Good. See, I am again sharing the screen. This is my number for people who have not noted it. All the participants who send me a WhatsApp on this number stating that you are present in this workshop, I'll be sharing my presentation with all.
Okay.
Good. It was wonderful. Thank you so much for all for being a part of my life, for being a part of my journey. Thank you so much, and we'll keep connected. And you will be receiving the details of other webinars that I'll be doing. I do one every Saturday. So please help me connect with more people, spread it in your contact sphere. Let more people learn some good things, better things, so that my only intention is to help people live a better life. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mithilesh.
Thank you.
Welcome. Bye-bye.